Good morning. Good morning. I told you I'd be back. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. I am that bad penny that just keeps coming back for more. So, as you've probably heard, you know that big the MSU U of M annual, my nemesis game. So, our attorney general decided that she was going to attend the game and have a little too much to drink, which, hey, we're all human, right? It is what, it is that. It's just, we are human. And this coming from this wonderful woman who has attacked Sidney Powell, um, Lynn Wood, and all those other people that have filed for audits in Michigan, and she went after them. So now she's, drinking too much. So this was published yesterday. Michigan Attorney General she's volunteering an apology for having too much to drink at an MSU U of M game. Now I'll read this in just a second because I want you to see. This is on her Facebook page. Okay? So this is her Facebook page here where my official statement on tailgate gate. Now, see how she treats this is really super bothersome to me. Now, remember what happened with the governor and when she went to Florida and all that other stuff. So just keep in mind, and then we have our SOS. So these are the three cackling hens, and what you see, rules for thee, but not for me, and how they treat them, when they're caught in the act of doing wrong. Oh, it's not my fault. And it's laughed off. No, I personally, I demand that she step down. I'm sorry. This is no way for you to behave. I know someone personally that was fired from their employer because while off the job, they were off the clock, they weren't on the job, but they had on something that stated their employer's name, and they behaved badly and said things that are unprofessional, and they were terminated by their employer because they represent. So she's representing Michigan, and it's okay for her to behave this way, and anybody else is going to get fired from their job. See, this is a shit that I just don't sit right, and it makes me angry. So all I'm saying is, let's read her official statement on Tailgate Gate. My staff has pleaded with me to hire a crisis management PR firm, and you probably should have taken their advice, Dana, because what you're doing and what you're going to hear from her is going to make your blood boil. Okay? That occurred from an incident that occurred on 10:30 at the UM-MSU football game. Instead, I thought I would just share the events. Which transpired that fateful day. That she acts like, really? So it's a fateful day, but you're gonna laugh it off, be like, "Oh, but it was just me." See that? Oh gosh. So okay, let me continue, and I'm not gonna shut up, but I'm gonna quit with my opinions and irritations. So I read this the other day, and it really, really frosted me. Before the big game, I attended a tailgate on an empty stomach. Much to my surprise, MSU's tailgates tend to have more alcohol than food. So I thought it seemed like a good idea to eat 2 Bloody Marys, since as long as you can put enough vegetables in them, it's practically a salad. Is that supposed to be funny? As it turned out, this was not a brilliant idea. Also, I might be a terrible bartender. Is that also supposed to be funny? I proceeded to go to the game, which I'm told Michigan definitely won! Exclamation point. Again, is this some kind of dry humor that is supposed to excuse your behavior? And I started to feel ill. Excuse me. I laid low for a while, but my friends recommended that I leave so as to prevent me from vomiting on any of my constituents. Polling consistently shows Roman showers to be unpopular among demographics. I don't even know what a Roman shower is. So let's Google this. What is a Roman shower? A Roman shower, sometimes referred to as a wet room, is a shower that is not enclosed by a door or okay, hold on. Oh, Urban Dictionary, Siamese Roman shower, the act of simultaneously shitting your pants and projectile vomiting. Root, Roman shower, the act of two or more persons simultaneously vomiting on each other. That from our Attorney General. This is the Attorney General of the state of Michigan that just quote unquote Roman showers. And this is supposed to be amusing, funny, and to excuse her behavior. This is the picture. Okay, that's her. And these people don't look very happy. Isn't that funny? All these people sitting right next to her. 1, 2, maybe 3. And our children in schools who sit further apart than this have to wear these 8 hours a day. I'm just saying, folks. Okay, let me get back to. I had a few folks help me up the stairs, and someone grabbed a wheelchair. They had to grab her a wheelchair so as to prevent me from stumbling in the parking lot. Like all smart people attending festivities where drinking occurs. Oh, I had a designated driver. Yeah, you had a chauffeur, bitch. You probably had a chauffeur, like all government officials have a driver that we, the taxpayer people, pay for. Yeah, yeah. She didn't call an Uber. She has a. Now, she didn't say that it was a friend or a husband or a significant other. Nope. She had a designated driver. So she had a chauffeur. So there you go, folks. Our taxpayer money, hard at work. I went home, fell asleep on the couch, and my wife threw some blankets on me and provided me with some water and Tylenol for what she knew would be a skull-crushing hangover the next day. Best wife ever. Best wife ever would not have been so kind to you and would let you know that you're an idiot for what you did. So there. This is where you were. So there. That's the scandalous tale of events which transpired at Tailgate Gate. Also, at some point, it seemed like a good idea to make the governor take a picture with Ron Weiser. Sorry, Governor. Folks, this is professional behavior. This sounds like a high school kid gone bad. Like you don't know what tailgating is about. Was this your first tailgate? You don't know when to stop? Usually, if you have one alcohol beverage and you haven't eaten and you start to feel a little woozy, you stop at the one. You don't continue. So does she have an alcohol problem? I don't know. That's a good question. We should ask her. So she is now admitting that she's making a scene by having the governor take pictures. Just so one doesn't have to imagine what the scene might have looked like, I've attached this handy photo. Well, I wonder who's got more photos because I'd love to see the real what she looked like because I'm sure they're out there. Normally, I would ask my trusted friend and communications savant, Kelly Rossman McKinney, for advice on how to best handle this crisis. But she died last night, so I can't. Do you guys are you listening to the do you hear what I'm hearing? Because it's like she's making attempting numerous attempts at stale, dry, not funny humor to excuse herself. And then as she goes on to admit more shit that she did stupidly while drunk and inebriated, um, then she tries to pull at your heartstrings to say, I would have asked my friend, but they died. Really? You're going to pull this one. She needs to be removed from her position. She is not professional. She does not understand how to be professional. Hashtag Matt DePerno for AG of Michigan. Let's go, Matt DePerno. Get this puta out of there. I am human. Sometimes I screw up. This is the last paragraph. I am human. Sometimes I screw up. This was definitely one of those times. My apologies to the entire state of Michigan for this mishap, but especially that Michigan fan sitting behind me. Oh, we didn't get a picture of the Michigan fan behind you. Some things you can't unsee. From now on, I pledge never to drink on an empty stomach and definitely never to have another Bloody Mary because it's going to take a while to get this taste out of my mouth. Sorry to all the people who have supported me for letting you down. I will try to do better. Yeah, you're going to try to do better? No, you don't get second chances. I don't understand. If that were anybody else in their position, in their work environment that were caught doing what you did, you are a member of the biggest branch of Michigan. You are like one of our biggest top dogs in Michigan. And this is your excuse. It's a piss poor fucking excuse. And it's a disgrace and it's a shame. If you got an alcohol problem, go to a rehab. Admit you have an alcohol problem and get fucking help. But this dry bullshit shit that she pulled, yeah, I don't think so. Not gonna cut it for me. So let's hear what MLive has to offer on this one. Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessle issued an apology Wednesday night for drinking at the point of needing to be helped out of the Spartan Stadium during Michigan State University and University of Michigan football game on October 30th. In a post on her personal Facebook page Wednesday, which is, let's see if it takes me there, if it takes me to something else. Come on. Good Lord, I am really impatient. Yeah, same thing. It's the same thing. Can we just agree this is a non-story? Remember South Dakota drunk driving AG who killed the guy? I don't care for her politics, but who cares if she got a lawyer? She hurt nobody, broke no law. She did nothing stupid. She should be held to higher standard because her job. Think about it. If you can be perfect government. Oh, fuck you. She may need an intervention. Yeah. Grieving death is rough. Who hasn't had a moment as we are all human? Leave her alone. Good grief. Where's your mask? Yeah, where's your mask? For everyone saying she broke no laws, I believe public intoxication is a law. The last time. All right. So, Nessle shared a photo of herself at the game in which she was covering her face with her hand at a University of Michigan hat. She said she overserved herself at an MSU tailgate, drinking 2 Bloody Marys on an empty stomach, since as long as you put enough vegetables in them, it's practically salad. As it turned out, this was not a brilliant idea, Nessle wrote, adding, also, I might be a terrible bartender. Nessle wrote in the post that she started to feel ill at the game to the point where friends recommended she go home. She said she was helped up the stairs and assisted with a wheelchair to prevent her from stumbling in the parking lot and looking like a fucking idiot. So to not draw attention to herself, they had to put her in a fucking wheelchair. At which point she was driven home by a designated driver. I'm sure she had a driver waiting there. I'm sure she had a car or a limo. You know, it is Nessle. What would you expect? I am human. Sometimes I screw up. This was definitely one of those times, she said in the post. My apologies to the entire state of Michigan for this mishap, but especially that Michigan fan sitting behind me. Some things you can't unsee. Nessle also referenced the recent death of her communications director, Kelly Rossman McKinney, in the post, noting that she would normally consult her trusted friend and communications savant on how to handle the situation. From now on, I pledge never to drink on an empty stomach and definitely will never have another Bloody Mary. She wrote, sorry to all the people who supported me for letting you down. I will try to do better. Reactions to the post were mixed, with some criticizing her for being intoxicated in public and setting a bad example. Others said that they appreciated her honesty, noting that she was drinking on her own time and didn't hurt anybody. But here's the thing. She was drinking on her own time. But folks, she represents Michigan. She is an attorney general. She holds one of the highest ranking positions in Michigan. We go to her and we expect her to be able to keep a clear and focused mind on how to and who to go after when crimes are being committed in the state. Do you understand? I mean, she needs to have a focus. If she cannot keep herself from drinking in excess, it's one thing. You want to get drunk in your own fucking home? That's one thing. You're in public. Thousands of people were at that game. Do you know how big a Michigan stadium is? Yeah, those stadiums are not small, folks. So in public, it's okay for her to be drunk. I mean, maybe if her friends would not have wheeled her out in a wheelchair, who knows? She could have possibly become drunk and disorderly. Who the hell knows? But someone had the right sense of mind to get her ass out of there before she did end up doing a quote unquote rooming shower. This is just, it is incompetence. This is the kind of shit that you would expect out of a college kid right out of high school. She knows better. She full and well fucking knows better. And I'm sorry that her best friend died. I really am. But that doesn't excuse the behavior. If you were grieving, you should have stayed home. You should have went and got counseling or therapy, whatever you may need. But to pull this off just made us in Michigan look even worse than we already do, because we know our government officials are corrupt, especially her. So there you have it. What do you think, folks? Time to send her office a little message and say, hey, man, if that were me, I'd have been fired from my job. Let's hope you don't lose yours. Alrighty, folks, that's it for this one. I will maybe go back and find another one, but this one really pissed me off yesterday because I'm coming back from I'm coming from dark to light, and I am just tired of the BS, because if I got to pay my bills and if I can lose my job because of stupidity in the squatter in the White House, god dang it, everybody else is going to be held to higher fucking standards. That's what they're paid for. She makes buku bucks. Stay your ass home and get drunk so nobody can see it. Then nobody will fucking judge you on it. But my opinion, it's not my place to judge, but my opinion on this shit is that she needs to go, go, go. All right, folks. I don't know if I still have her. I'll find it for you. I had it handy, but I had to rearrange, because when I had to pack out my office, I had to rearrange all my sticky notes. I'll find her information and I'll give you her email if I can find her email. But I know I've got an office phone number for her in Lansing, so you can let her know how this makes you feel. Thanks for listening, guys. Just remember, be kind. It's really getting thick. You know, people are struggling, jobs are being lost. I'm one of them due to the squatter in the White House. And if you haven't seen, that son of a bitch just keeps pushing and pushing and says, I'm not going to follow. It doesn't matter. He doesn't seem to realize that when the Supreme Court makes a decision, he cannot overrule it. But obviously, Sloppy Joe thinks that he is above the law and that he is above the judges. And hey, that's because I said so. I'm going to take him behind the building and I'm going to punch him in the face. You remember that? Oh my God, what a fucking bully. Dictatorship is speaking, folks. Time to stand strong and stand together. Remember, be kind. You don't know the cross each house bears. Knowledge is power. Share that knowledge, folks. People are waking up left and right. We shall overcome. We too shall overcome. And remember, united we stand, divided we fall. God bless you. Thank you for listening, and I hopefully can bring you more.